Okay, what is up, traders? What's up, tycoons? Super excited for today's video, coming at you with a viewer request on Hapi protocol, ticker symbol HAPI, as well as Unicrypt. We're going to take a look at ticker symbol UNCX as well, break down both of those in those videos, and go over some of the bullish potential, as well as the warning signs we need to pay attention to in case things do reverse. Things have been looking pretty bullish here recently in the market, and we're going to see if that can continue and go over some of the major things that you can use to really understand price action, such as the Fibonacci retracement levels I just highlighted, and also the MACD and the relative strength index. Combining all of these things together can really give you an edge in the market. And trading is like going to battle. It's like going to war. You need to have the proper weapons and know how to use those weapons so you can increase your odds of success on the battlefield. With that being said, we're going to jump straight into it. And we have these series of yellow lines of support here. All right, these are the three major retracement levels. These are the 38.2, the 50%, and the 61.8. You use these to spot trend continuation versus trend reversals. So nothing moves in a straight line down or in a straight line up. You get a move up, retracement, continuation higher, or move down, retracement, continuation lower. This is a trend continuation. Now, if you move up, retrace, consolidate, and then break through those retracement levels, that's how you can spot a potential reversal. So what we've done a great job of is holding our major retracement levels each time, okay? And we're going to see if we can get a bullish five-wave structure to take us past our breakout level of 23.46. And if we can, we have bullish price targets to the upside of 25 to about 28 roughly, okay? So that's really what we're tracking right now. If you notice, we did get a strong pullback, and there was many indicators that we were going to potentially get a pullback. If you take a look here, we have a high, and then we have a higher high right over here. So clearly the price of this token is in an uptrend, right? Well, if you look at your relative strength index, this is obviously going to measure the relative strength of a token at its given price. And so at this point where we're making higher highs, we're actually making a high and then a lower high. So we're actually decreasing, losing relative strength as the price of this token is going higher, which is a term known as bearish divergence. It's an indicator you could get some type of pullback in the future. And what happens is we also end up getting a MACD sell signal. Okay, so the MACD is very useful for spotting potential exits and entries based off of this red line here. So when you see it cross below the blue line, that's a potential exit signal. And so what do? We end up getting about two signals of a potential pullback right here, right? So we get the bearish divergence, okay, putting in the lower high right here. And then we also get the MACD sell signal right shortly afterwards, but we did an excellent job of holding 15.3396. That is our 61.8% retracement level, and really the line in the sand that we ultimately want to hold, right? If we continue to hold this level and push up higher, that's when we have the potential to hit our wave 5 targets up above. Now, you need to be mindful if we consolidate right here and end up breaking through that level and flip 1533.96 to resistance, then, there is a potential that we could end up putting some new lows in, right? And start to create lows and lower lows. So definitely be cautious of that, but we're pretty far away from there right now. We're right around $20. So, things are looking good in the moment. Now, remember, I said you can use it to spot entries and exits when it comes to the MACD, right? We had an exit signal over here as well, a large pullback, exit signal here, large pullback. Look at what we've done here recently. The red line is actually curled back above. So when it curls above the blue line, that's going to be an entry signal. We got that entry signal right over here, and you can see we've had a nice $4 move to the upside afterwards. So what we need to be cautious of is we want to see this red line continue to trend upwards, right, and stay above this blue line. But we need to be cautious if it curls back down below that blue line. That could be a warning signal that we could be getting another move to the downside, potentially retesting our major retracement level here. Now, the other thing is we have this bearish divergence trend line here that we've established. Okay, if the RSI and the price of this continues to go up higher, we need to be mindful of this trend line here. Now, the more times you test a trend line, the weaker it gets. We've tested it a couple times. There is a possibility we could break it, but there's also the possibility that we could end up rejecting it and head back down lower once again. So if we do rally, right, and let's say this RSI comes up to our trend line here, we need to be very mindful of a potential double top, right? And that could form an M pattern. If we get a double top here, there is the possibility of an M pattern. So we really want to see us break out past this 23.46 breakout level of our previous highs. That's going to be a much better indicator of us hitting our bullish price targets to the upside. If we end up getting stopped out there and put in a double top, as well as reject this bearish trend line, and then potentially see a MACD crossover to the downside, that's when we could get another large pullback down to this 1533 level. And the more times you test support, the weaker it gets. We've tested it many times already, and there's always going to be the possibility that we could break it, and that would be a trend reversal. But as of now, things are looking bullish, so don't be too scared. Just be cautious and be, ready for the proper signals, both bullish and bearish. Now, we're going to hop on over to Unicrypt now and take a look at UNCX. Let me type in USDT real quick. Okay, and we're seeing some very similar things on here. So we actually had some bullish divergence in this case. All right, what we did was we actually made a low, lower low, lower low, lower low, while on the relative strength index, what we're doing is making low, higher low, higher low, higher low. So we're building relative strength and increasing in relative strength as the price of the token is going lower. That's bullish divergence indicator. We could see some bullish activity. All right. And what do? We end up getting a very, very strong move to the upside. Now we need to be cautious, okay, because look at our MACD. All right. Our MACD is below the blue line and curling below it. All right. So we want to ultimately see this red line come back above the blue line and really show that we have some more momentum behind us, as momentum kind of is dying off here, even though we are creeping upwards. Now, there's also a bearish divergence trend line here as well. As you can see, we've definitely been putting in higher highs, but we're putting in lower highs right over here. But we still have that initial bullish divergence. So we're about to get a breakout here soon. It's just a matter of which direction. So pay close attention. You want to look for a break and retest to the upside if you're bullish. And then if you think this thing is going to pull back, you'd look for a breakdown, retest to the downside as well if you're bearish on this. Now, just like the other token we were just looking at, Hapi, we've done a very good job of holding our 61.8% retracement level here, which is roughly 329.75. We want to hold above that level. Don't pay too much attention to this crazy wick right here. This is like a $250 wick, okay? And this is just on the Gate.io exchange. Okay, so it's not too important. If we are going to get a structure here, right, a bullish structure, what we're going to do is we're going to look for these price targets to the upside: 542.87, 687, as well as 674.60. Those are going to be your bullish price targets to the upside if we can continue bullishness and if we can break out of this bearish divergence trend line, as well as get the MACD to curl back above. Those are going to be some of the signs that we're going to look for to spot more potential bullishness and buyers really stepping back into the market. Now, be cautious again if this red line continues to come down, and if this relative strength index line does not bounce off of our previous bullish divergence trend line. Look at how many times we've bounced off of there, and we continue to build that relative strength. We want to continue to build relative strength on Unicrypt. Now, the reason I'm saying to ignore this candle, if you take a look and we go to a different exchange, right? We go to MEXC. Okay, you guys can clearly see that candle is not there. That $250 candle is not there. So, that's mainly why I said don't pay attention too much to that. Yeah. So that's pretty much it for today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully you learned something new. If you did, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. I do these viewer requests every single week. So all you have to do to see your crypto in the next video is comment down below, and I'll make a video on it as soon as I can.